Hello and welcome to another episode of Truly Bedrock with me, Mr. Beardstone. I hope you've all had a wonderful new year. This is the first episode of the new year and I don't have any idea what we're going to be doing just yet. I should probably have thought about that before I hit record. So last episode we did lots of work up here on the mountainside, and as you can see I've laid out a couple more plots of where I want some other buildings to go. So if we take a look, the idea is we're going to have a slightly angled building here. Well, it's L-shaped, but it's going to have an angled front. We're going to have the porch coming out this way and so on, and then we're going to have a small building just at the side here as well. Besides that, I'm going to be adding quite a lot of trees and things like that. There'll be some smaller details as well, other bits and bobs going on, and we're also going to stick a building in down there. Once we've got those buildings in, it should leave it open for putting in, yep, you guessed it, lots more trees. The other thing I really want to do down here as well is to sort out this cliffside here, because, well, it's just stone at the moment, and, well, that's not how we do things. I also need to integrate the cave down there a little bit better into the side of the mountain, because that just looks really janky and I'm not a fan at all. So I think the first thing we're going to do today might actually be to focus on that. So I'm going to grab myself some cobble, some mossy cobble, bit of andesite, and I don't know, we'll figure it out, and hopefully when we come back we'll have this bit at least starting to look a little bit nicer. I also really need to sort out this rock pool as well, but we'll come back to that a bit later in the episode. For now, cobble. It's starting to look better already in my opinion. We've still got a long way to go. However, I've been working mainly over here on this sort of cave area, and I really kind of like how that's coming together. I just need to sort out this sort of connection bit here with the dirt and so on. But that is looking a lot more integrated than it did, and I think once we get some bushes and some foliage up there, that's going to tie that together much nicer than it currently, well, than it previously did, I should say. At this stage, I'm just continuing to work my way around the cliff here. I'm putting in little bits of mossy cobble and stuff more in the corners and closer to the grass bits up here, or the dirt up here I should say. I also need to mix in some coarse dirt onto those bits. I need to get some leaves and a bit more foliage over there as well, but I'm going to carry on with this texture all the way round. And then there's going to be more mossy stuff over by the water, of course, and just try and balance it to make it look natural. However, I have actually just noticed the time, and I'm due to go and stream very, very shortly. If you haven't caught my streams before and you kind of want to see work in progress, things like this, then there is a link below. I do highly recommend coming and hanging out with the Beardy clan. However, I guess I'm going to see you guys back here and we'll see how much more we get done. I don't know if we're going to be carrying on with this on stream, or if we're going to be working on top and actually working towards getting some of those houses done. I don't know. You never know with the stream. It always goes awry, regardless of your plans. However, when we cut back, we should have some more progress somewhere around here, hopefully. And progress has been made. Yes, we actually managed to get quite a lot done over the course of a couple of streams, actually. It's, yeah, it's kind of 2 days later now. It's been so busy lately. It's been a crazy start to the year. I'm sorry, this video might be a bit late, but I assure you, hopefully it'll be worth it when we get there. So the first build we were working on was very challenging, I think is probably the safest way to put it. I'm still not happy with this roof here at all. I think I need to have it sticking out a little bit more before I put the brown bits on. It just kind of looks like it's, I don't know, been punched, I think, is probably the safest way of putting it. So I definitely need to change that roof there, but I think the rest of the build I'm actually very happy with. So this is carrying on the same style as the buildings we've got over here, but just with a bit more of a quirky shape, something a bit different, as it is kind of probably one of the main builds you're going to see if you're walking down this path. So the idea is we're going to turn this into a tavern. It's not going to have leather hanging there. I just wanted to put something in the frames, and that's what I had on me for now. That is not all we did, however, because you may notice there's also another house just down here. Look at that. And this one went much smoother. It's a much more traditional sort of house shape, so it's a bit simpler to put together. And, well, as usual, it hasn't got an interior, so we're not going to look in there. But I did start adding some details to this with armor stands and mini blocks. And just this little subtle thing here, I think really does actually bring a little bit of life, a bit of character, and even a little bit of story to the build. Besides that, it's also really helping to tie this area together. I think once we get some more trees around the back here, then this combined with the cliff face, which once again I've also been working on, we've managed to get that looking a lot better all the way round. And even as far as the rock pool round here, I've managed to get most of that in, I think, now. I do still need to mix in some coarse dirt. I need to get a little bit more foliage over here as well, and I still need to do the base of the rock pool, which are all things we're going to do. However, I think we need to add some more trees. This thing really, really needs a lot more spruce trees, and I need to get better at building them. So I think that's probably going to be our next step. But if we take a look back at this area here, you can see what a difference the spruce trees are actually making. So these are the standard game ones, which, yeah, they don't look good. We can all agree they don't look good at all. So what I'm trying to do is to create a custom spruce forest up the top here, which is partly so I can learn to actually build spruce trees properly, but also I think it's just going to look really good sitting up there behind this village, having a spruce forest at the top here with houses dotted in, we've got the waterfall and so on. It's just going to take a lot of work, that's the problem. Alongside a lot of work, it's also going to take a lot of wood. And I'll tell you what, I really do need to get this video done. So instead of going and cutting down half a spruce forest in order to build a spruce forest, we're just going to go buy some. I'm hoping that there's some in stock somewhere. So we've made our way over here to the All Store, which is owned by Zloy, and he does have some spruce, but sadly not as much as I was hoping for. But, I mean, we're going to take it anyway because it's definitely more than we currently have. And while we're here, I notice he does have a lot of dark oak, which I definitely need, but more importantly, he does have warped and crimson stems. Now, I've been wanting to do some builds with these, but the problem is they are such a pain to harvest. But clearly, Zloy's been doing the harvesting for me, so I'm definitely going to be buying some of these as well. It has to happen. I need to go get myself some shulker boxes. Zloy is about to make a ton of profit. This is going to cost me an absolute fortune. I've pretty much just bought out the All-Store. Oh dear. So each one of these boxes, they're all priced the same, these ones. So these are all 1 diamond for a stack and a half. So this works out as 18 diamonds per box for all of these ones. So that's going to be, oh geez, 72 diamonds for that. There's half a box here, so that's 81 diamonds. And these ones here are actually 1 diamond per stack. So they're going to be 27 diamonds each. So that's going to be... maths. Maths is happening again. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, we're not even going to maths that. What we're going to do is we're going to put in the 81 diamonds for the first lot, and then we're going to put in 2 lots of 27 diamonds, and that's how we're going to maths, because that way we don't have to do any form of basic maths. So that's the 81 for the 5 boxes, and then I need 2 lots of 27, which is going to be 54, so let's do that. There we go. So Zloy is going to be very, very muchos happy with that, and he's going to be even happier if I leave this behind, so let's make sure we don't do that. And I kind of feel like that's barely even scratched the surface, which is absolutely amazing, and that's probably saved us a good few hours of resource gathering, so let's take all of these and, well, leg it. Yeah, sorry Zloy, you've now got basically no wood and no blackstone. Sorry. So I just wanted to quickly check my shops before I left and check some profits. I've had a few bits here and there, nothing to write home about. But then I came across this. What's going on here? It looks like there's been a bit of an accident. Is that a cement truck? Oh, that's amazing. Oh wow, that's actually very cool. Getting that much detail on such a small build as well. Madness. All store to your door. This feels a bit like targeted advertising. White concrete, 1 stack per diamond. Ooh. Ooh, I do like that. Oh, that's going to be another 54 diamonds though, isn't it? It's like, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of like you read my mind. I do like white concrete. I mean, take a look around the area, let's be honest. I definitely do need white concrete. Crashing it into my building is certainly one way to get my attention. Thing is, though, I really want to buy it. The only slight issue is that it's concrete powder, not concrete, and white concrete powder I can get fairly easily. It's the concrete itself that's more of a pain. So I think what I'm going to do... Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is... I mean, he's put in a lot of effort, let's be honest. This is absolute madness. Right. Okay, I'll tell you what, I am going to buy this. I've still got my box of shiny things on me. Lucky for Zloy. So I am going to buy these. However... I think what I'm going to do is make sure that well, I'm going to drop him a message and say I'll be happy to buy more concrete, but actual concrete, not concrete powder, I reckon, in future. But I think if I do the good deed and buy what he has delivered to us, which is obviously very kind of him, yeah, let's quickly sort this out, right. Okay, so we very nearly have 2 full boxes of white concrete powder. However, look at this, look at this. He's trying to skimp out, so we're certainly not buying that one. That being said, we have bought all of the rest, and I mean, hopefully that will mean that the road will get unblocked as well when they come and clean this up. It's going to be a lot easier if there's less concrete laying about. And I will maybe leave a sign here as well, basically saying, very clever, yep, targeted advertising, love it, next time real concrete. That'd be amazing. So, we've spent way too much money. We've spent way too much. We've just made Zloy a very, very rich man. I was just on my way back from the shopping district, and I kind of slightly overshot my tunnel, only by a little bit, but it did make me notice this, which has reminded me we have a brand new district, which I need to go and check out really, because I do really want to do some building over there. So I did mention briefly in the last episode that we all had so much fun building in the winter district that we were going to have another area, and that is where this tunnel goes, which actually looks really cool. I really like what's going on here. That kind of looks like waves. Yeah, very cool. And all the beach and stuff as well, which may give you a slight hint as to what this area is about. So what we've decided to do is to create a new district over here near Foxy's base, and it's actually quite close to mine as well. And, well, we're about to see something that you may recognise from a very early episode of mine. But I do really want to do some building over here. I haven't quite decided what yet, but this is our new holiday beach area. So, yep, this is what I was alluding to. This is the plane that we stole the runners off of quite early on in the season because Mr. Onion was a bit of a menace and he renamed many of our pandas. I was not happy about it, but it's fine. That's all over with now. Kinda. So as you can see, some of the beach has already been put down, and we've also got some of the promenade going up, and this entire bay basically is open for grabs. I think the beach itself is going to be extending all the way around to, I think it was that pool over there they were talking about. So it's going to be quite a large area and many space for people to actually build things and kind of do what they want without too many restrictions. As in, you know, we don't need to stick to a particular style or anything like that. So it's going to be like the Winter District in that regard. I mean, hopefully we're not going to end up with a Millennium Falcon this time, but you never know. There is, however, one slight problem with this particular thing, and that is this build here. So, probably about 4 months ago, Mr. Onion, being the menace that he is, he started a build and never quite got round to finishing it. Ow! That was mean. And never quite got round to finishing it, and now it's, well, let's be honest, it's kind of in the way, isn't it? I mean, we can't have a promenade going down directly into a big medieval house. That's never going to work. So, well, basically, we've been nominated to do something about this. We do have a little bit of previous beef with Mr. Onion, so I can only assume that's why I was basically pushed forward, or they all stepped back. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, it's on me to try and evict Mr. Onion. Oh dear. So, what we're going to do, we're getting completely distracted here. Yes, I know, I'm just procrastinating about building trees again, but shh, don't tell anyone. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly fly over here, because this really isn't that far from our base. If we follow this coastline down here, just on the other side of this spruce forest here, you will start to see our area render in. And there it is. So yeah, we're really not that far away. We've got the beach just over there, and then we've got our base over here. So, hopefully Mr. Onion won't mind what I'm about to do. I don't know. I guess we'll find out in just a moment. I need to grab a few materials. I think I've got the things I need in order to, I guess, serve this eviction notice. And, yeah, we're going to head over there. And I think the best thing to do is pretty much just make sure that it can't be missed, right? We don't want Mr. Onion to not see the eviction notice. And I think a really good way of making sure that we get him to cooperate is going to be to actually fence off the entire build. And then, you know, stick a notice on the front, give him a few days to basically get rid of the build. And, I mean, there seems to be a lot of stuff in here as well, but can't quite tell if this is Mr. Onion's or if this is someone else's. But either way, what we need to do is fence this off, sign our notice, and, well, just get rid of the pesky Mr. Onion. And there we have it. We have fenced off access to the property, and we have a sign for the attention of Mr. Onion with a lovely book here. And this here is the eviction notice itself. So what we've done is we've put, Dear Mr. Onion, this land has been reclaimed by one Mr. Foxy No-Tail for development of a holiday resort. You are hereby given notice that this property will be demolished on or after the 9th of January 2021. It is recommended that all contents and valuables are removed before demolition to prevent removal or destruction by our demolition teams. If you wish to dispute this, please take it up with Foxy. Don't shoot the messenger. An anonymous person. Look, I'm not going to claim responsibility for doing this with Mr. Onion. We all know what he's like. He's a bit of a loose cannon. So I think it's best if we just do our job as we were put forward to do and pin it all on Foxy. Definitely the safest thing to do. So we're going to leave that there and, well, hopefully when we come back to actually demolish it, it'll all be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Mr. Onion won't mind that much, will he? Now we have that sorted, we really need to give some thought about what we actually want to build here. So I've had a couple of ideas, nothing really sort of settling really at this stage. I don't know, I'd really like to hear what you think. So I believe we're going to be putting in a pier of some sort, something that sort of goes out like a pleasure pier, I think. And I think to go alongside that, what I'd really like to do, possibly on the back of the promenade here, it kind of depends how long this is going to be and what people have already got planned, but I think it might be really nice to put some sort of classic British seaside townhouses in. So, you know, just 3 or 4, the kind of thing you might see down in sort of, you know, Brighton or Hastings if you know the UK. But I'll put a couple of photos on screen if I can find some. But I think a couple of buildings like that would, one, give me a little bit of an experiment in building in a different style once again, because I've done a lot of that this season and I'm kind of trying to expand my horizons, and that seems like a good way to do it. But other than that, a really big pier with like a gaming arcade and stuff like that, I don't really know what people have got planned at this stage. So I guess we can, you know, kind of see how this evolves. Maybe that will give us some ideas of what we might want to build. But I do really want to know what you think as well. So if there's something you'd like to see me give a go over here, then please do leave a message in the comments. And yeah, we'll see what we can come up with. I mean, I have no idea how big this area is going to be. I have no idea how long we're going to be building here. And I have no idea how many people are actually planning on building things here. I don't want to rush it. I don't just want to come over here and build something for the sake of building it. But, oh, jeez. Yeah, we need to sort out these locals as well. They're quite aggressive. Quite aggressive indeed. I want to give this some thought. I don't just want to dive in and start building something, and it would be nice to see what other people start building as well, so we can tie it in with them, because I think other people do have some kind of an idea of what they want to do. So I think once a couple of builds are here, that might point us in a direction that we want to go in, and allow us to experiment a bit more. So we're going to head back to our base now, and we're going to look at that mountainside again, and we're going to discuss building trees, and we're not going to build any. Yeah, I don't think we're going to build any trees in this episode. I will do some in-between episodes, I promise. I will, but it's not a particularly exciting thing for you guys to watch. You've seen me build trees before. You saw me build a couple of trees last episode. You don't need to see me build another, I don't even know how many. So I will start getting these up in between the episodes. But for now, I think that is where we're going to call it a day today. We got massively distracted at the end there. And, well, I guess that's what, you know, giving yourself loads of trees to build does to a person. I don't know. Maybe I'll enjoy it eventually with the trees. I don't know. I really need to figure these out. I just need to work out a good design and then just duplicate it. Yes, that's what I need to do. Build the same thing again and again in slightly different sizes. If you have enjoyed today's episode though, please do leave a like. And if you're new here, then please do also consider subscribing so you can catch all the episodes from Truly Bedrock and more. Yes, we have another mini-series coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.